Good morning, everyone. Hope you all had a beautiful Shabbos. I once heard this beautiful parable, which I think is very important to reflect on during this difficult times we live in. It goes like this. There was a father on his deathbed who told his two children who are at his bedside to please bring a string. So they bring a string and he tells them, okay, now pull it apart. And of course, it rips very easily. He tells them, okay, now bring two strings, entwine them together. And now try to pull it apart. It ripped pretty easy, but not as easy. And he said 3 strings, 4 strings, 5 strings. Eventually, after many strings, the strings were not able to pull apart. And he told them like this. He said, the two of you individually have your own strength. You have your own differences. But if you stay individually, you're like that one string and you'll be easily ripped apart. But the second that you guys unite together and work together with your strength and be able to make sure that your differences don't drive you apart, then you'll be invincible and you won't be able to be ripped apart. Just like that string that is twined together. And I think that's something that we really have to reflect on during these difficult times that we live in. Something that we always have to reflect on, but especially now. We, the Jewish people, as a country, humanity, we're all individuals. We all have a different DNA. We all have our strength. We all have our own way of looking at things. We all have our differences. There's no two people that are the same. But when we unite together, when we intertwine ourselves together, just like that string, you twine it together means to say you become one. But it's not one string. It's still one string made up of many strings. Don't lose your identity. Don't lose who you are. But work together. Then we're invincible. Then we're the strongest ever. But the second that we stay separated and we don't work together, we don't try to work out our differences. We don't try to find the things that we have our common goals together, the things that we want to work on together, then we're easily ripped apart. You know, we started the month of Tammuz. Shivasha Tammuz is coming soon, not too far away. Then after that is the month of Av. Getting into those months where we start mourning and start thinking about destruction of the temple. And we know the temple was destroyed because it's seen as china, because of basically hatred amongst the Jewish people themselves. So let's try to work on this. Let's try to focus on this. Yes, we are each individual strings. But let's try to twine our strings together. Let's find the things that we could work together on and try to mend those differences. And not just focus on the differences and stay apart. Wishing everyone a beautiful day and a good week.